make him an offer, Captain.
You talking to me?
To
May the force be with you.
Elemento, madre, Watson.
Do or do not.
You can't handle the truth!
Houston, we have a problem.
I'm Batman.
Open the pod bay doors.
He's alive!
To infinity and beyond!
I'll be back.
Saludos terrícolas, aquí estamos en un directo para ver una presentación, bueno, como lo podéis ver aquí en la pantallita, de la presentación del nuevo Cold War, ¿no? Del Call of Duty. Y nada, pues nada, aquí lo dice que queda como casi media horita, unos 20 minutos y tal, ¿no? Vamos a ver qué nos enseñan este juego. Vaya. Se me ha fastidiado. Bueno, la cosa está en que a ver qué tal, qué nos cuentan. Yo he estado jugando bastante últimamente al Warzone. No tengo el juego en sí, ¿no? El standalone. Pero bueno, a ver qué enseñan para esta temporada nueva que se viene y a ver qué vemos. De mientras podemos repasar el anuncio de hoy, ¿no? El anuncio de hoy es Xbox. Serie S, que se ha presentado y mira, ¿por dónde lo podemos mirar? Bueno, cojo Shakata, pues lo primero que veo que está bien. Y nada, pues por lo que podemos ver, ya sabes, el modelo nuevo. Hay gente que le gusta, hay gente que le da igual. A mí, sinceramente, hubiese preferido que no estuviera eso, pero entiendo que tiene una función, ¿no? Que debe ser el tema de la refrigeración. Pero bueno, igualmente tiene la de arriba, ¿no? Como en la serie X. Pero bueno, está ahí. No me parece tan mal. Yo soy muy partidario, a mí me gustan las formas cuadradas, las líneas rectas, así que no me desagrada. El de la serie X podría tener... lo que a mí me falla es la ranura aquí. ¿Sabes? El apartado de discos de ahí. No me acaba de hacer, tío, no sé. Quizás hubiese puesto algo, quizás la X de Xbox sí que lo hubiese puesto más grande, quizás hubiese estado bien, ¿no? El símbolo de Xbox fuera aquí, pintado encima. Y quizás molaría más así. Bueno, seguramente habrá gente que haga sus propios diseños, pegatinas y tal. Y nada. Tema de precios. Parece ser que, bueno, la versión Lite, ¿no? O la de digital son 300 euros. No está mal para una consola de nueva generación, pero según parece no se podría llamarle nueva generación porque la potencia que tiene es menor de de las Xbox que hay actualmente. Y bueno, no sé bien qué rendimiento tendrá. O que los juegos de la serie X se verán bien aquí, o se verá peor que de la Xbox actual. No sé, todavía hay mucho que ver. No, pero bueno, aquí está el anuncio, 300 euros, digital. Bueno, si tienes lo del Game Pass, aparece, es muy buena noticia, porque ahora además tenemos el Game Pass más EA Play. Han dicho que ahora todos los juegos de EA Play van a estar dentro del Xbox Game Pass. Bastante interesante si eres asiduo a los juegos de EA Play. Pero bueno, hombre, están los de Star Wars. ¿Qué quieres que te diga? También es verdad que no solo están los de deportes, sino están otros juegos como el de Star Wars, el Battlefront y todos esos. Y bueno, los futuros juegos que salgan para que haga Electronic Arts. Memory Station, Sagata. Es que ahora no sé cuál es. Mira, aquí lo ponemos, ¿ves? Aquí comenta lo mismo que acabamos de decir, ¿no? La Series X costará 500 euros de salida y la Series, entiendo que la S, Xbox Series, aquí no han puesto nada, 300 euros. Y bueno, fecha de salida, es verdad, el 10 de noviembre. Bueno, esto más o menos ya lo sabíamos. Esto ya lo sabíamos porque anunciaban los juegos cuando vimos las ferias de videojuegos, ya hablaban, cuando salían los juegos ya decían que en otoño. ¿Vale? O sea, el mes que viene tenían que salir como pronto, en principio, pero el mes que viene. O sea, es septiembre, octubre. No, bueno, han esperado a noviembre ya a finales de otoño, ¿no? Pero bueno, eran estas fechas más o menos, cara para la campaña de Navidad. Era evidente. Hay gente que decía que iban a salir después, por el tema del coronavirus y tal, que se iba a retrasar. Pero vamos, no creo que ninguna empresa en esta posición se atrevería a sacar la consola después de Navidades, que la campaña fuerte es en Navidades, ¿sabes? Navidad de Reyes y tal. Y no ya para tirando para Semana Santa, que sería ya para abril. No tendría. Quiere decir que el empuje de Navidades es muy bueno. Es como para perderlo, ¿no? Pero bueno, ahí está. Así que no sé. Y bueno, los juegos de Play, tío, o sea, se junta ahí, está haciendo lo del Game Pass, está intentando recoger un poco de todos los sitios para unirlos todos en la misma plataforma, que a mí en parte me parece bien, aunque no soy usuario de Xbox Game Pass, pero bueno, entiendo que es un buen producto o un buen servicio en este caso. Así que nada, mira, vamos a poner el vídeo. Sí.
We get it poppin' together. Whole team wildin'. Yeah, we starting a riot. Turn up louder. That's how we like it. All of my people around me. We get it loud. We get it rowdy. You came up in here to party. Turn up the volume. Let's get it started. We here looking like whoa. We here doing the most. Give us the word and enjoy the show. Turn up. We going fast. Just look at the dash. We gonna crash. Turn it to max, speakers on blast, and we going down with a bang. You can be part of the movement, follow the banner we raising. We really changing the game, and that is the word of my gang. You will remember the name. Turn up louder. I got my whole team with me. I got my whole team with me. I got my whole team with me. That's how we like it.
Pues nada, aquí lo tenemos, el anuncio de la unión de EA Play con el Xbox Game Pass. A ver, la Xbox Series S por 300 euros, sin ningún juego, no te hace falta comprar ningún juego en pack ni nada, te lo llevas tal cual como está, lo enchufas, pagas 10 euros, aunque sea por el primer mes, da igual, 10 euros y tienes una cantidad de juegos para probar bastante interesante. Quiero decir, que es un muy buen movimiento de marketing por Xbox. Creo que esto le puede funcionar bastante bien, ¿vale? A ver, no sé, tienes un catálogo de videojuegos bastante amplio. Simplemente, ya desde el día uno, no hace falta que te gastes más. Es lo que en parte esperábamos, ¿no? Muchos, un catálogo como Netflix, pero por otro lado también tienes esa reticencia de no tener los físicos, ¿no? Aunque eso cada vez la gente ya le da menos importancia, si ya tenemos Steam, ¿no? La gente tiene 200 juegos en su lista de Steam, así que por un lado quizás no importe mucho, pero bueno, yo en mi casa, por ejemplo, sí que tengo juegos en Steam, sobre todo porque cojo pues eso, ofertas o llaves que están más baratas, ¿no? Las claves y tal. Y por ahí, como ahora me sale la página en Instant Gaming y páginas de este tipo, ¿vale? Pero, ¿ves? Por ejemplo, yo tengo la Play 4. Play 4, sí, Play 4. Ahora me iba a confundir con el número, la Play 4. Y yo lo utilizo para los exclusivos, pero los compro físicos. Me gustan comprar los físicos. Aunque, bueno, el último, el Ghost of Tsushima, lo compré digital porque lo compré a pachas con un amigo y tal. Y nada, pues creo que es muy buena idea. A ver qué tal va a salir. Noviembre, estamos ya a principios de septiembre, o sea, quedan 2 meses, prácticamente, 2 meses y 3 días. No, 2 meses y un día. Pensaba que estamos en día 7. No, no, 2 meses y un día. Eso es nada. Nueva generación de consolas por parte de Microsoft. Ahora hemos de esperar a ver qué nos da PlayStation. Así que nada, habrá que esperar que se pronuncie, pero vamos, tiene que estar a caer. Tiene que estar a caer porque no creo que lo deje para el final, porque habrán reservas y toda la campaña de publicidad publicitaria, ¿no? Y todo eso. Si deja a Sony que se le adelante Microsoft, puede ser que para estas navidades la diferencia sea bastante notable. Ahora, puede que Sony trabaje a largo recorrido, porque ya sabemos que Sony es la que más consolas vende. Las notas están ahí y ahí salen. Así que a lo mejor no le preocupa el tema de ser el primero en sacar consolas de nueva generación. Ya veremos, ya veremos. Yo en principio de momento tiro para Sony porque a mí me gusta más los exclusivos de Sony, más que otra cosa. Ya he dicho en otras ocasiones que he tenido la 360, así que a mí lo de las marcas me da igual. Simplemente me interesa pues digamos, el ecosistema que tengan, el ecosistema y los exclusivos, principalmente. Si tienen exclusivos que me gustan, iré por ese lado. Así que nada, hombre, a ver, solo con decir que esta consola, la Play 4, me la compré con el pack de las sofás 2, hay perdona, remasterizado, especialmente por eso, porque quería jugar al juego y no lo había jugado antes, así que fue mi decisión, o sea, el pack juego vende consolas, vamos. Y la compré por eso. Pero si el de las sofás hubiese estado en Xbox, por ejemplo, me hubiese comprado la Xbox. Bueno, ¿sabes? Y nada, pues a ver qué van a decir los de Play, o los de Sony, digo. Y nada, pues a ver qué. Ahora vamos a. Ya hemos dicho los precios, ¿no? Mira, vamos a mirarnos lo de la potencia de la consola de la S, a ver qué dice. Dice que eso, ¿no? Que hay un filtrado de que la S tendrá menos potencia, evidentemente. Hombre, es la mitad de pequeño. Vamos a ver qué nos dicen. Mira, aquí tenemos los datos, ¿vale? Series X, Series S y X1, que es la actual, ¿no? ¿Ves? Aquí es lo que decían, ¿no? Las Series X son 12 teraflops, que es el doble de la generación actual, pero la S tiene menos. No sé yo hasta qué punto. Y por ejemplo, el nivel visual nativo será 2K, pero podrá rescalarse hasta 4K, que es lo que va a hacer el Play. O sea, tampoco es una pérdida total. Pero bueno, es verdad que como consolas de nueva generación, el 4K debería estar ya bastante implementado, que sería esto, ¿no? Entonces la S, pues digamos que quizás la S sirva más como una transición, ¿vale? Como un primer contacto con la Xbox, más que, ¿sabes? Entrar de lleno con la grande, ¿no? Pero en principio, mira, a ver, tiene ray tracing, eso sí, ¿vale? Hombre, el ray tracing, pues, va a ayudar mucho al tema visual, ¿vale? Refresh rate, variable. Refresh rate, bueno, esto de variable, pues es que se va adaptando pues a la cantidad de fotogramas que te va llegando. Bueno, almacenamiento, lo mismo, ¿no? Bueno, lo bueno que en estas versiones nuevas consolas Next Gen, pues se te van a tener aquí, pues, esas unidades externas de disco duro para poder ampliar. O sea que, en principio, esto está bien que tengan internos, ¿vale? Para que no tengas que ir comprando discos duros externos, pero, bueno, tampoco es lo primordial, ¿no? Y nada, pues esto sí que es lo importante, ¿eh? Debe ser el disco duro SSD, ¿no? Mira, ahora se están en 140 megas por segundo. Pues con un SSD son 2,4 gigabytes. O sea, es una, es una burrada. Es una burrada de velocidad más rápido. Y esto es lo que hablan de que en esta Next Gen, más que en gráficos mejorados, lo que hará conseguir es que los mapas desaparezcan o, bueno, desaparezcan, no desaparecen, pero esos puntos de carga no se notarán, ¿vale? Y no habrán puertas de eso, ¿no? De carga y descarga de datos. En principio, a mí me gustaría más esta opción, que no que los gráficos sean mucho más realistas. A mí el hiperrealismo no me importa tanto, más que a la hora de jugar sea fluido y que el mapa sea extenso y pueda ser. Por ejemplo, con esto, podríamos hablar de juegos con, bueno, sandbox, ¿no? Me gustaría poder explorar muchísimo más y que no sea como... Mira, el ejemplo que tengo en la cabeza es en el Death Stranding, ¿vale? Que sí que es un juego, pues, que al principio, pues, te parece un mapa bastante amplio, pero una vez que ya te lo has recorrido de punta a punta y tengas un vehículo, ese mapa se hace muy pequeño. Y se supone que ese mapa representa de costa a costa de Estados Unidos, pero reales, lo que serían reales digital, en el digital, creo que son 3 kilómetros de punta a punta. 3 kilómetros no es nada, es el tamaño de mi pueblo. Mi pueblo, bueno, de hecho, mi pueblo es mucho más grande, ¿vale? O es la diagonal, no, la diagonal de Barcelona es más larga, ¿no? Venga, vamos a verlo. Kilómetros, diagonal, Barcelona. A ver, mira, 11 kilómetros la diagonal. Fíjate. Quiero decir que los mapas podrían ser bastante más grandes porque no haría falta cargarlos enteros de golpe, ¿no? Podría ser pues una carga no sé, así, ¿no? En constancia, ¿eh? Que se va cargando lo nuevo y lo viejo se va guardando, ¿no? O como se haga. Pero bueno, ahí está. Quedan 4 minutos para el evento. Queda poco. Voy a desconectar este chat que a mí no me interesa. Y nada, a ver. No sé. ¿Qué más podemos decir de los datos? Bueno, ya ves lo que. El digital, Blu-ray 4K. Vale. Mira, esto que, claro, sale bastante más barato porque claro, tú piensas que una unidad Blu-ray, los derechos son de Sony. O sea, Microsoft tiene que pagar a Sony para poder poner su unidad Blu-ray. ¿Sabes? Que es una diferencia y se nota, ¿no? Y esto debe ser bastante lo que hace que rebaje bastante el precio, ¿eh? Es interesante pensarlo. Y bueno, esto, Quick Resume, ¿eh? Smart Delivery. Bueno, lo de Quick Resume, no sé si es lo mismo, pero es poder poner la consola en pausa, ¿no? O en en hibernación o como quieras decirlo, ¿no? Que tú estás jugando, no hace falta que apagues esta consola, la pones como en baja latencia, ¿no? Que se queda ahí y luego puedes retomar justamente por donde lo habías dejado, no tienes que cargar partida ni nada. Eso ya en principio creo que estaba, ¿no? No sé a qué se refieren esto, pero bueno, el Smart Delivery es lo de Microsoft que sí que te permite actualizar cualquier juego de la anterior generación para la nueva, ¿sabes? Temas gráficos y cosas. Esas mejoras o, digamos, esos parches de mejora y tal. Que esto creo yo que es súper necesario que no te tengan que cobrar por un juego solo para la consola. O sea, si tú ya tienes un juego en la actual generación, que no te hagan comprar el mismo para la generación siguiente, ¿sabes? Ahí pierden mucho dinero, sí que es verdad que los developers, las empresas de videojuegos ahí sí que han puesto un poco de caras así que no se entiende, ¿no? Porque ahí pierden una parte de dinero, pero por otra, pues no sé. Yo creo que actualmente esto es súper necesario. Facilita mucho la transición de una consola a otra, ¿sabes? Pues ya tienes, aparte de comprarte la consola y tengas el Game Pass, pues tienes tus juegos ya que puedes disfrutarlos también en la nueva consola, ¿sabes? No que sea retrocompatible con las anteriores, pero bueno, de una generación a otra que puedan, ¿sabes? Vamos, que eso está bien. Y bueno. Bueno, a ver qué tal. Vamos a ver cómo va esto. Queda un minuto. Vale. Queda un minuto, nos quedamos aquí ya, ¿vale? Y a ver qué nos cuenta esta gente. Vaya con el croma, tío. Se está yendo de madre. Bueno, ahí está. A ver qué puedo hacer. Ay, no, esto no. Filtros. Voy a ver si puedo poner uno nuevo. A ver. Desplazar la clave de color. Color personalizado. Este. Mira, esto podría ser. Y lo subimos un poquito. Qué raro queda así. Ahí mejor. Eh, Bueno, queda un poco. A ver si lo subo esto un poco. Vale, así. Ya está. Kirikua. A ver qué nos dice esta gente. Voy a avisar a este. Así tengo que bajarme esto. Aprovecho. Eh, a ver cómo. Esperando, estamos esperando. Ya te voy a recargar a ver a que no haya empezado. Estamos esperando. A ver qué dicen aquí en el chat. Que me salió no funciona. ¿Qué onda, Juan? Juan. A ver, Call of Duty España voy a mirar en Twitch, que no sea que es un problema de YouTube. A ver, ¿qué tal? Call of Duty. Call of Duty.
Que a la gente le guste.
Call of Duty. Espérate. Juan, es que la gente viene alterada. Pero Juan no sé qué, a qué viene. No tengo ni idea. Among Us. Bueno, ahí. Call of Duty en español. No sé. Modern Warfare, Black Ops. No sé si. A ver.
Peggy 18.
Espérate que aquí estoy con el.
Peggy 18.
Sí, ya sabemos, Peggy 18. No, por el canal no dicen nada, no sé. Si ha empezado Windows, hay que esperar gente. Vale, alguien está hablando de que se retrasa un cuarto de hora. Así que, bueno, vamos a, nos toca esperar. Mientras voy a mirar, a ver, Discord. Está todo bien. Vale. Muy grande. Voy a ver que la televisión cierra esto. También la abro un poco. ¿Era así? No, perdón. ¿Era así? Está todo bien. No sé por qué no me deja. Mm. ¿Se ve bien? ¿Se no? No parece que esté enviando bien la señal de vídeo, ¿no? O al menos por Twitch. Y a ver, stream, en principio, a ver. No sé por qué esto no estaba. No tiene ninguna notificación. La pelea de stream es buena. Pues no sé por qué no llega aquí bien. Vamos a ver. Vale, así sí que está bien. Era. Pues nada, vamos a ver ahí. Mira, Rico. Rico One. Ya te voy a. Surar. Voy a hacer. A ver si alguien se viene. Nada, 12 minutillos aquí. Y ya que lo había calculado bien en el tiempo. Bueno, vamos a mirar esto. Para confirmar que es. Bueno. Vamos a ver el catálogo de EA Play. Mientras esperamos. EA Play, mira. Este es supongo que es el vídeo que hemos visto antes. Pero a ver, gente. Un momento. ¿Qué mierda es esta? ¿Cómo es que esto es así? A ver. Bueno, a ver qué. Madre mía, qué mal integrado esto en la web. Esta. ¿Esto cuánto dura? Hostia, 50 minutos.
Hello and welcome everyone to
Pensaba que era un tráiler. No. Vamos a dejarlo para luego. Vamos a ver si tiene por aquí últimos juegos. Y texto. Vamos a ver. Catálogo. Yo quiero ver catálogo, tío. ¿Dónde puedo ver catálogo de los juegos? Juegos aquí. Entonces, PlayStation X1. Bueno, lo que he dicho, aparte de los de deporte, bueno, está, pues eso, la franquicia de los Sims. Bueno, Star Wars. Bueno, esto es un DLC de los Sims, ¿no? De los nuevos Sims. Con las movidas de Star Wars, o sea, puedes decorar tu casa como si fuera eso, una cantina. Como si fuera la cantina de Star Wars. Y nada, y habrán cositas relacionadas con Star Wars. Pero ves, esto es lo que a mí más me interesa, porque todo esto, Need for Speed, yo jugué alguno, pero no suelo darle de coches, tío, no sé. En plan Zombies, bueno, es un juego que, no sé, está bien, a mí me gusta, pero que no dice mucho. O sea, un Solitude, esto no está mal, pero a ver, juegos potentes. Mira, el Anthem. A ver, El Anthem, ¿qué podemos decir del Anthem? Espera, voy a revisar de vez en cuando. Que no se nos vaya esto. Se te con la F. Bueno. Anthem, la idea era muy buena. El primer trailer que vimos en uno de esos E3, de no sé cuántos años hace, no me acuerdo de cuándo fue, pero que vimos y lo flipamos todo, porque era el rollo Iron Man, ¿sabes? De volar y tal, y bueno, mapas con niveles con verticalidad, que se le dice, ¿no? Que en vez de ser mapas que sea, ¿sabes? Plano, que también tengas que subir y bajar, ya que vuelas, ¿no? Y tal. Eso genial, tío. Lo que pasa que eran muy mecánicos, ¿no? Las mecánicas, perdón por ser reiterativo, las mecánicas o redundantes, se diría. No sé, te acababas cansando porque era lo mismo todo el rato, no tenían mucho gancho, se notó mucho el downgrade del tráiler ese que vimos al juego real, cambió un montón, sobre todo lo que es la ciudadela donde tú estás y tal. Ahora tú entras en el juego y está como medio vacía y en el trailer se veía mucha gente, ¿sabes? Como más vivo, más interacción, entonces podías tener más, ¿cómo decirlo? Más inmersión, ¿vale? Pero al final salió un poco raro, ¿no? Y han intentado rescatándolo con actualizaciones y tal, y creo que la última noticia es que lo han parado y que van a hacer una revisión bastante profunda. Vamos a ver, a ver qué es lo que... Si tenemos algo de noticias... Es que hace tiempo que leí la noticia. Pero espérate. Ah, no, pero esto es otra movida, ¿no? Ah, no, sí, este es el juego. Esto es una página, un foro, supongo. De Anthem. No, mira, hay una actualización. Ayer hubo una actualización, el día 8. No, parece sí que hay actualizaciones. No sé, yo había leído algo que iban a parar para, no sé, repensar toda la movida y... Es que no pone fechas de esto cuando lo pusieron. Vale, parece ser que han rediseñado un poco el tema de los trajes, las armaduras. Y nada, que hay más variedad, parece ser. A mí lo que no me gusta es que te obligan a escoger el tipo al principio. A mí hubiese molado más que pudieses intercambiar piezas entre clases, ¿sabes? Y poder hacer tú un mix, que no hace falta. Supongo que que dentro de su propia categoría pues tendrán pues esas piezas que las hagan hacer más de pues eso, que tengan habilidades más próximas a otros a de las otras armaduras y tal, ¿no? Pero bueno, voy revisando.
Here we go. Hi, everyone. I'm David Vonderhaar,
Acaba de
Studio
empezar.
Design Director at Treyarch.
Vamos a ver.
Welcome to the multiplayer reveal of Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. On behalf of the teams at Treyarch and Raven and all our development partners across the world, thank you for joining us. Today, we do a little recon across all Black Ops Cold War multiplayer. The world, the missions, the weapons, the characters, and the systems. And you know, we'll make some fun announcements along the way. From here on out, we talk directly to you, the best fans in gaming. Joining me throughout the show is a big cast of characters from across the studio, along with some of your favorite Call of Duty content creators and streamers. One thing you've come to expect from a Black Ops game is that we are never quite satisfied with the status quo. We are always looking for a way to do it better. But some things shouldn't change, and for every multiplayer game we make, one thing hasn't: how we start things off. This is the worldwide debut of the Black Ops Cold War multiplayer trailer.
A ver, vamos con el trailer. A ver qué. Pero el trailer creo que ya se vio, ¿no? Ahora no estoy seguro. Mira, ¿dónde pongo esto? A ver.
Amenaza neutralizada.
Estáis aquí porque sois las mejores fuerzas especiales de la OTAN.
Sois lo único que impide que el mundo se convierta en cenizas, camaradas.
Trabajamos en la clandestinidad
Operamos en la sombra.
para mantener a los lobos a raya.
Hoy vamos a cambiar el mundo.
¿Qué estamos haciendo en Miami?
Dejad que vengan.
¡Vamos, vamos! Es hora de fichar.
Asegurad el submarino.
Yo me ocupo.
Esto mola.
¡Adelante! ¡Avanzad!
Ataque inminente.
¡Maniobras evasivas! ¡Ah, mierda!
Convoy soviético inhabilitado.
Yo conduzco. ¡Seguid presionando! ¡Aquí!
Reserva una copia digital y obtén acceso anticipado a la beta abierta y acceso inmediato al paquete de operador de boots en Modern Warfare, incluyendo Warzone.
Nada mal, ¿eh?
You just
Sus
saw it.
mapas.
This is an unapologetically Cold War game set in the 80s, but it's still a Black Ops game. And for over a decade, we built our multiplayer experiences atop a core set of guiding principles. They form our pillars, deniable operations that deploy around the world, signature combat tailored to how you play, connected experiences that deliver free, robust, ongoing content, and integrate deeply into the next evolution of Warzone. Today, we're going to explore each of these facets of multiplayer. We're going to show you how this globe-trotting, cinematically connected experience is our most immersive yet. And then, we're going to show it to you in a way we never could before, with a little help from some friends. First up, the bedrock of Black Ops, deniable operations. These are the places in multiplayer you never saw, and the things you never did. The missions that stay off the books, and the targets and sources who stay off the record. The Cold War we set out to build is realistic. It's plausible. Most importantly, it's inspired by a gritty historical tone that we've woven into every element of our game's world and story and gameplay. Chaotic and always confidential, the deniable ops lie at the heart of multiplayer, raising the bar while creating a clear and unique narrative that influences every bit of our world building. For Black Ops Cold War, that world building drove each multiplayer level in two ways. With the signature level design you've come to expect, and by pushing the visual bar and immersing players into a narrative of unfolding events. The fight to recover a downed satellite in the Central African desert, battles that unfold on the neon-soaked streets of Miami's famed South Beach. Deniable Ops are the Black Ops stories inspired by history, but forgotten by the history books. We've selected 5 maps to give you a small taste of the range of Deniable Ops awaiting in multiplayer. Later today, you'll see them playing. But here's a few of my teammates to share what they love most from how they were made.
My name is Brittany Beidelman. I'm a level designer.
I'm Kendall Snow, associate level designer.
I'm Brittany Perello, producer.
I'm Matt Kutris, senior level designer.
In Satellite, a top secret American recon satellite
has lost power
and crashed in the deserts of Angola. With hired DJI forces closing in,
now it's a race to secure the crash site.
What I love about Satellite is the fact that it's just this amazing natural space.
Because larger maps have more components, we can apply more details into maps like Satellite, which make them feel even more natural. The satellite at the center is like a king of the hill. Anyone who wants it has to run toward you because it's raised higher than the rest of the map.
I'm usually playing one of 2 ways. All in, full ham, dying again and again. Or in objective modes, I'll flank and get the jump on people. Satellite scratches both of those itches. Even though it's an outdoor space, the map's 2 different regions mean I can play long and short range tactics.
I'll be honest, I am trash with the sniper rifle, but a shotgun, that I can do. I have always been a big fan of close quarters combat, and there is great cat and mouse style gameplay in Satellite.
The crashed satellite is a super fun spot to try and outplay your enemies. Predict which way they'll circle the debris to run up behind them, or just duck inside the satellite and take your shot.
This is going to be one of those classic Black Ops maps the world knows and loves for how quickly engagements fire up. East and West collide on the open seas in a top-secret mission.
Inspired by a real-life event, Project Azorian, CIA, JSOC, and Soviet forces converged to recover a sunken prototype nuclear Soviet submarine from the ocean floor.
The calm waters of Armada explode into massive naval conflict as players battle for control of large naval vessels.
With no lanes walling you in, players can engage on ships' decks, in the water, and on vehicles like wake runners and gunboats. Armada is chaos in the best way.
This really cool map that gives this amazing sense of exploration. There are so many little individual areas to find and new ways to surround or flank your enemies and get the upper hand.
A hidden safe house has been discovered right in the heart of the USSR, in the shadow of Moscow's opulent train station. With Spetsnaz dispatched, the area has gone hot.
So the Moscow map is set in the dead heart of a big city. So you're wandering through these streets with a bunch of cars, and there's tall buildings on either side of you.
There's this sense that you've been dropped into a point in history.
First thing I do is run right to the center because that's where all lanes cross in the Moscow map. And eventually, it doesn't take long, people are gonna run through the metro station. So you can just sit there and wait, but chances are there's going to be people running right into your line of fire right off the bat.
It's a classic 3-lane map where teamwork really makes the dream work.
January 17th, 1984. This location is heavily influenced by Miami's famous, or perhaps infamous, Ocean Drive. This is a night map, but one unlike players have seen before.
You can sneak through dark, shadowy alleys, go out onto the beach, out into the ocean.
You can dive in the water and wade along the coast to get the drop on the other side.
Or you can just go right down the street and bask in the neon light.
The first time I played through Miami, I could hear this 80s nightclub music playing through the walls of one of the buildings. The little details make it lifelike, and it becomes this joy to experience.
Basically, my goal is to never be on the main street in the center because that is sniper heaven and that is Brittany hell. So I always go and try to flank and get those snipers from the back.
Our art and design teams worked really hard to bring the best possible night experience to the players. You'll see that play out when you sneak in the shadows on the beach, or engage enemies in the center strip.
It really makes people feel like they're in Miami in the 80s. It's pretty cool.
In Crossroads, NATO has learned a large Soviet missile convoy is on its way to the border.
Special forces dispatch alongside MI6 to ambush the convoy and secure the weapons before all hell breaks loose.
Soviet convoy disabled.
It's one of our most cinematic maps with a boots-on-the-ground feel that feels pulled from the campaign.
Your team will want to hold down and protect its own outpost to guarantee access to one of these tanks. But infantry combat doesn't take a backseat in Crossroads, as natural terrain and foliage masks movements and provides tactical advantages.
There's a bunch of snowmobiles when you first spawn, and it's a mad dash to grab one. And now, running people over with the snowmobile is my favorite thing to do.
Each environment changes the dynamic of how you play and caters to unique loadouts. Crossroads is a bigger map, and that allows you to play the way you want to play.
The beaches of Miami, a frozen over lake, the open ocean. Our visual research department racked up miles visiting them all, because if you're going to deploy around the globe in this game, that required them to do the same. The mission for our artist is absolute authenticity. Step one in that process is photo scanning thousands of real-world objects, terrains, and materials. Those assets ensure our upgraded, physically based renderer delivers the best-looking Black Ops yet. True 4K, high dynamic range with the true color and tone, ray tracing on systems that support it, photometric lighting courtesy of our Luminaire system, and overhauled contour terrain system. The result is gritty, it's believable, I dare say it's got ambience. Most importantly, it sets the perfect stage for multiplayer combat. On that note, here's Matt with more on the modes and missions ahead.
We've talked a little bit about where you'll play, but let's talk about what you'll play when you get there. In Black Ops Cold War, our classic game modes are returning and they're better than ever. From the tried and true Team Deathmatch, Domination, and Search and Destroy, to the return of the competitive game mode Control, we've taken a fresh eye to all of your favorites. We're encouraging more meaningful gameplay with larger capture zones and Domination. We're updating spawn systems in Hardpoint, and now we show you where the next Hardpoint will spawn so you can regroup, rotate, and set up for the next fight. Across all of our classic modes, we're working hard to make this the most rewarding and competitive multiplayer experience yet. And while your go-to modes are coming back better than ever, let's talk about the innovative new modes you'll be going to next. With that, let me introduce you to my teammate Marquise Gladney, who's here to tell you about the brand new multiplayer experience we call VIP Escort.
VIP Escort began with a question. How can we create a game mode inspired by the kind of real-life, totally true, but completely redacted Black Ops that first inspired this franchise? The result is Extraction in its purest form, a new 6-on-6 objective-based game mode we call VIP Escort. In Black Ops, we normally task you with fighting, but VIP Escort turns that on its head with a new mechanic. If you're selected as the VIP, your #1 job, it's to live. In this team-based op, your team will try to escort you off the map or eliminate the other team trying to stop you. As VIP, you'll skip Create a Class, you're too important after all. Instead, you'll deploy with a kitted out pistol, a smoke grenade, a spy plane for team intel, and a whole lot of hope that your team knows what the hell it's doing. The mission, stay alive and escape the map. To do so, you'll need to reach one of 2 possible exfil sites, which rotate over the course of the match to keep teams on their toes. There are stakes here. If you die, that ends the round. But team up and you can get your squad back on their feet quickly via last stand and revive. Each team's choices and tactics create layers of strategy and counterplay, injecting the best of Black Ops themes directly into this competition. Will your team pull Cold War mind games and misdirection by splitting up the squad to draw fire and create distractions for the VIP? Or is a full-on assault more their style? Will they travel ahead and scout, run protection detail, or take a bullet for you Secret Service style? My personal keys to victory? I stick close and escort the VIP and defend them at all costs. If the VIP doesn't make it out alive, it won't matter if you do. This new deniable operation only scratches the surface of what it means to play Cold War multiplayer.
Up next, we want to share another new way to play that goes above and beyond that classic 6v6 experience you've come to expect. Combined Arms is where multiplayer gets bigger and badder, bringing together the best of multiplayer's large-scale battles by combining infantry and vehicular gameplay into a single cohesive combat experience. In Combined Arms Domination, players will deploy into 12 versus 12 battles, each customized and unique to its own environment. But these battles aren't just bigger or more chaotic. We've worked hard to ensure the 2 levels of boots on the ground and all-out vehicular warfare complement and enhance one another on each map. Tanks, snowmobiles, wake runners, gunboats, and more. These vehicles amplify the action, sure, but they also create jaw-dropping moments right in the middle of the fight. The way I personally play Combined Arms depends on my mood. If I'm going for the win, it's rally time, and I'm pushing to capture every objective on the map. Whether that means loading up a gunboat on Armada or popping smokes so my team can cross the frozen lake in Crossroads, I'm putting my try-hard pants on and making it happen. And that's the thing, in Combined Arms, almost anything can happen. I'll seek out fun moments that aren't possible in other modes, like ziplining onto the enemy ship and seeing how long I can last before getting taken out. At launch, you can expect even more Combined Arms maps and modes, each tailored and tuned to bring the most fun, frenetic action this format can deliver. Take Armada, our most unique map to date. You saw earlier that the only life preservers on this sea-based map are your tactics, as each capture zone requires a different approach. Will you attack surgically with a 2-seater wake runner, gather your squad and storm the main ship? From ziplines that traverse the map to all new naval tactics, Armada is Combined Arms Domination realized, bringing high stakes, high-speed combat to the high seas. On Crossroads, you'll trade your wetsuit for a snowsuit, fighting for control of Soviet bunkers across the frozen tundra. With high-powered tanks patrolling the frozen lake and surrounding roads, you'll need to choose how to take on those slow movers. So whether you're hopping onto a snowmobile for a quick flank or rolling up your sleeves and sticking on some C4, the story is yours to write in Combined Arms Domination. That's it for Deniable Operations for now. We've ziplined, crossed frozen lakes, and dipped into Miami's beaches, but it's really just the start of the full Deniable Ops experience. Add up the work on your favorite classic game modes to the arrival of new modes like VIP Escort and Combined Arms Domination, and it all stacks up to our most ambitious multiplayer yet. One you can play any way you want and in new ways you never expected. If you're a Call of Duty League fan, we have a bunch of new stuff lined up just for you. Stay tuned. This may be a multiplayer game built for everyone, but these will be your Deniable Operations. And now, I'll turn it over to Tony to talk about what we mean when we say signature combat.
Thanks, Matt. Now, a lot has changed for us since the first Black Ops game. From our development pipelines to totally new technologies. But some things haven't changed. And after over a decade of making Black Ops games, we're more inspired than ever to keep honing in on that authentic, classic Black Ops feel, all while taking it to new heights. Now we know that to you, combat is more than just pointing and shooting. It's about how your operator moves and weaves through your surroundings. It's feeling the power of your weapon, how it reacts in your hands. It's the sound of bullets storming past you, the rattle and bang of firing your weapon. In Cold War, we're back to plausible, authentic, boots-on-the-ground combat, and that has allowed us to not only refine the feel of the game, but build on all the classic foundations of Black Ops. Heads-up gameplay, automated healing, and grounded movement. Keeping your player experience in the front of our minds has also inspired a fresh wave of thinking across our Creative Class and Score Streak systems, where we're introducing features that bring unprecedented transparency to your planning and cinematic wow moments to when you're playing. Now, innovating systems while still capturing that signature Black Ops super smooth feel is a notoriously tricky thing to get just right, and we put everything we have into it for each game. This is an absolute team effort, so I brought some of my friends from the combat team to help tell you about our initiatives for this game and how they've resulted in signature combat that feels just right. Here's Max Porter to start us off.
We've taken lessons learned from across Black Ops and the entire Call of Duty franchise to land on a truly
Bueno, no me acordaba de que me aburren un montón los
The
eventos.
gun is almost always right in front of you and must
Me entra
look
en
great.
sueño.
From a gun's seams down to its grime, the level of detail in Black Ops Cold War has never been higher. But our weapons also need to move in a realistic manner. You'll feel it in this game, whether you're clocking from long range or firing from the hip. When we think about a gun, we think about the way it looks, the way it's going to move, but a big part of a gun's personality is the sound that it makes. It's like the bark of a dog. We're sort of imagining all these guns as characters. That just adds to that level of realism and that sort of immersive quality that is unique to Call of Duty. It's this multifaceted approach to how weapons look, animate, and sound that together defines the feel of Cold War's signature gunfighting experience.
Ahora vengo,
Here's
voy a...
Alvin's a debrief on some of the other combat systems.
Os dejo en el vídeo, ahora vengo.
Let's talk about two of the most significant and impactful features of multiplayer: create a class and score streaks. Our goal with Create a Class in Cold War is to empower you without making trade-offs. This year, better starts with simpler. Create a Class will be a slot-based system. No longer governed by allocations or the Pick 10 system, you'll always boast a full class of a primary, secondary, lethal, tactical, field upgrade, and a set of perks. Field upgrades are items placed in the world to give your team an advantage. You can earn them solely based on time, not score, and they are the only type of game content that works on a cooldown that lasts after death. Now, wild cards are back. In this system, in every class, you can pick one of 4 wild cards that let you do things like load your primary weapon with up to 8 attachments, carry up to 6 perks, double the number of lethals and tacticals you have, or carry 3 primary perks from any mix of categories. Of course, a key component of Create a Class is the gunsmith. In Black Ops Cold War, there are more optics and attachments to unlock and configure than ever before. Every primary weapon can be customized with 54 attachments across 8 different nodes or attachment points, with at least 6 options per attach point. By default, you can equip 5 attachments, or 8 with the Gunfire wildcard. For the first time, Gunsmith will show you what equipping an attachment does as a positive or negative percentage. You can now build backwards, speccing out the perfect gun for results you want to see in the field. This takes the guesswork out of the system and helps us on our never-ending quest to make the most balanced Call of Duty game you've ever played. There's one more thing I need to talk about. First up, we've updated score streaks so that earned score is kept through death. This change gives all players a chance to engage with score streaks, one of the most visceral and fun experiences across multiplayer's signature combat. If you do go on a streak and string together multiple kills before your own death, streak score bonuses help you earn into those higher-powered score streak tiers. To prevent score streak spam, each score streak will go on a cooldown after it's used to pace out frequency. So, what score streaks are we talking about? Well, your favorites are
Ya
back,
estoy aquí.
but we've also got a few surprises.
He perdido, a
Score
ver.
streaks in Cold War can be used in all the classes.
Voy a bajar un poco lo
Create
que
and
están
take
aquí
aim,
hablando de esta gente.
Save your team to break up the pace of the game with a fun new experience. We've also tailored strategy into the system, as score streaks can often be
Vale.
neutralized with
Bueno,
counter-strikes.
lo
Now I'll
importante.
pass it over to Sunny to share more about our operators,
Bueno,
and
hasta-
how they move in Black Ops Cold War.
Ahora se ha jodido el cromo otra vez. ¿De dónde?
Elite, covert, powerful. When you play
Bueno,
as a Cold War
lo
operator,
importante,
you won't
3
just
modos
step
de
in the
juego
boots
que
of a highly trained precision
hacen,
instrument.
bueno, no
Every
son
movement
nuevos,
will have
pero
a
las
purpose. To
variedades que
increase
están
the fidelity and
presentando
feel of even the smallest
parecen
elements,
interesantes.
modelers, animators,
Entonces,
and concept artists all work
¿qué hemos
side
visto?
by side,
La
planning
de
for every point of contact
defender un
with every
punto, que es
gun,
un satélite.
every stance and position,
Creo que lo he hecho
every
mal.
scenario. Thanks to increased dynamic bone counts, we've been able to enhance the effects
Lo
of
tengo que
physics
bajar
and gravity on what you
del
carry,
original porque
from
si
the
no,
weight of your
no
gear,
me
like
oigo
pouches
a
of
mí
grenades,
mismo.
to the way a wallet chain or rope sways
Ahora,
as you sprint.
¿vale?
Your entire
Si no, no me
arm will
oigo.
move more naturally than ever. Here's
Eso,
four
que hablábamos.
specific ways
Un modo de
has
juego, la
improved
de.
new cutting-edge techniques in animation and
No
programmatic
es capturar bandera,
First,
¿no?
sprint
O es
takeoff. This
defender
is the feature that gives your operator a
punto.
running
Que eso
start.
ya son
You start
modos de
with a
juegos
little
que ya
sprint,
están
and then it slows
dentro.
down to normal speed.
Pero el
This lets you
escenario es
feel
eso:
the
el
momentum
de
of
un
like where you're
satélite.
going
Hay un
and where you're
satélite
gonna
que
end
ha
up.
caído
We wanted to preserve the
a
fluidity and
tierra
fun of
y
an
hay que
operator's ability to
intentar
slide.
recuperar
In Black
pues,
Ops Cold War,
los
one
datos
slide,
que
you
tenga,
start
¿no?
and end in
Y
a
tiene
crouch
como
position
un
when
límite de
deployed.
tiempo porque
This allows two-player movement
parece
states
ser
to
que
function
tienen
better as
misiles
one,
encima.
all
Eso
while improving gameplay and
tiene buena
enhancing
pinta.
pace.
El que
Footstep
tiene mejor
control
pinta es
also
el
plays a
otro, el
big part of the
del
new
el
move
VIP, ¿no? El
Go
modo
faster
de
and
juego
you'll
este
make more
de.
moves.
de proteger a un personaje importante de tu grupo y hacer de guardaespaldas o ser tú el VIP y intentar pues dar soporte a tu equipo con... He bajado esto un poquito más. Y darle soporte con inteligencia, ¿no? Con sus habilidades y tal. Ese está bastante bien. Y luego está el de los barcos, que habrá que ver cómo funciona. Bueno, el de los barcos y el de Miami. Que esos son equipo contra equipo, ¿no? Pero bueno, el escenario es interesante. El de los barcos habría que ver lo de el abordaje, a ver cómo funciona de un lado para otro. Lo de nadar por debajo del agua. Si se puede disparar debajo del agua, cómo afectará. O desde arriba, ¿no? Y tal. Habría que ver. Habría que ver todo eso. Y nada.
Or the new ways you can earn and deploy score streaks in the thick of battle. These combat initiatives work together to deliver the most intuitive, plausible, authentic, boots-on-the-ground experience possible, and they are at the heart of Black Ops Cold War. Now, on that note, I'd like to introduce Miles, who's going to discuss some of the biggest innovations yet.
Thanks, Tony. All right, everyone, let's talk Warzone. You've seen how we're pouring it all into the Cold War multiplayer experience, but let's confirm it right here, right now. Black Ops Cold War will also usher in the next evolution of Call of Duty Warzone, continuing and expanding the blockbuster Battle Royale free-to-play experience. And it'll be a true evolution, with Warzone not merely picking up where the Modern Warfare climax left off narratively, but also interweaving the themes, locations, weapons, and vehicles of Black Ops Cold War right into the action. Cold War and Warzone will also share post-launch content from a narrative standpoint across both the Battle Pass system and item shop content. This interlinks Call of Duty in ways that evolve the Warzone experience while delivering jaw-dropping moments. So yeah, you can expect some surprises along the way. One surprise we're avoiding is the feeling of starting over. It's important to us that you can still use your characters and weapons and progression-related items, which is why investment and progress in Cold War is reflected in Warzone. While these are two very big games, from the beginning they've been built to work together. Your player experience is everything to us. So we're making sure Black Ops Cold War and Warzone share progression, with much of your previously earned Modern Warfare content, from weapons to cosmetics, still available for use in both Warzone and Modern Warfare. We're collaborating with our studio partners across Call of Duty to preserve continuity while building a new chapter of Warzone that'll immerse you into all of the best elements of Black Ops Cold War. That's multiple studios totally committed to continuing this new tradition of insanely fun, absurdly accessible Warzone action. We can't wait for you to see how Verdansk and all of Call of Duty will evolve in the year ahead. But that sense of interconnectedness, it extends beyond just Warzone. That's why I'm excited to confirm that Black Ops Cold War will not only support cross-platform play and progression, but will also deliver cross-generation play to the game. That's because Black Ops Cold War is, at its heart, a connected experience. And playing together on whatever platforms you prefer only betters that experience. Cross-play and cross-progression across current and next-generation systems across all modes. That won't be easy, but it's worth it to allow fans who have never had a chance to play together to squad up and deploy, no barriers between them. And with the Battle Pass system delivering a steady stream of post-launch content, Black Ops Cold War will be the very first cross-platform, cross-generation Call of Duty experience, making it the deepest game in franchise history. Vaughn, where do we go next?
Yeah, Miles, on the subject of platforms, we've got a very special guest, Mark from Beanox.
Hey, what's up, Van? On behalf of Beanox, we are extremely excited and proud to bring Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War to Battle.net as the lead PC developer. PC continues to be a critically important pillar of game development for the Call of Duty franchise. In addition to the major improvements we have made to Call of Duty PC in the past, including uncapped frame rates, high refresh rate support, and customized field of view, We're always looking for ways to improve features and customizable settings. One of the biggest improvements this year is that the Black Ops engine now runs on DirectX 12. This has led to a huge improvement in terms of performance and latency reduction. For players who prioritize immersive gameplay, we have a great partnership with NVIDIA to bring ray trace effects, performant accelerating deep learning super sampling or DLSS, and reflex latency optimization technology. We will implement ray trace
Deep
shadows
learning,
and
a
ambient
mí
occlusion to improve the
me ha
quality
rayado.
of light shadow and sunlight shadow. This improves surface and contact detail and fixes problems associated with traditional shadow mapping techniques like aliasing, freckling, and disconnected shadows. Also, we will be implementing AI-powered DLSS, so players will be able to increase their frame rate while maintaining the visual quality of the game. For players looking for better responsiveness, we've integrated the Reflex low latency technology to lower system latency. This combines both GPU and game optimization. We're also happy to announce that Reflex will be coming to Call of Duty Warzone in the future. We have so much more to talk about, but right now I would like to hand it back to David Van Dorn. Van?
We've declassified a whole lot today, and one thing is clear. Black Ops Cold War is here, and it's ushering in a new chapter of deniable operations that are undeniably Call of Duty at its very best. Realistic, plausible, gritty. You've seen our team-wide commitment to storytelling, infusing the story and spirit of the Cold War narrative into everything we do, even in multiplayer. You've seen our emphasis on authenticity shine through every location, every weapon, every vehicle, every character. Each one telling a story we can't wait for you to uncover and experience. You've seen us challenge ourselves to not only innovate on classic game modes, but introduce a new generation of instant classics. Modes like VIP Escort and Combined Arms Domination. You'll see that duo played today, and it's just the start, as we've got massive drops of free content planned post-launch, including new and limited time modes. No matter what type of multiplayer gamer you are, you'll find something for you. Tying it all together is that signature combat you love. Grounded and always realistic, you'll move fast and fluid, feel powerful when you need to be, and customized just the way you want to be. The new Creative Class and Score Streak systems give you even more of what you love, infusing more control and cinematic moments with less friction between you and the gameplay than ever before. And this is a true connected experience. Warzone and Cold War. The events in one will impact the events in the other, expanding Call of Duty in new ways you've never seen before. And Black Ops Cold War is not only a cross-platform game, but it's also a cross-generation cross-platform game. Now, that should be the end of our show, but this wouldn't be a Black Ops multiplayer reveal without some Black Ops style mind games. We have talked a lot today about what Black Ops is, how it feels, what it does, but for over 10 years, Black Ops is also something else. A game that consistently presses the boundaries about what multiplayer means. Our team relentlessly looks for opportunities to offer new types of multiplayer experiences. In Black Ops Cold War, we're excited to be launching an entire new category of multiplayer gameplay called Fire Team. This new format of multiplayer brings together everything that we loved about making Cold War and everything you'll love about playing Cold War. Across every Fire Team mission and mode, you'll discover some of the most imaginative game loops we have ever designed. The Fire Team format allows us to emphasize teamwork and reward creativity, and it allows you to do things you've never done in Black Ops multiplayer before. You'll fight in squads of 4 called Fire Teams. You'll deploy into larger maps, play fast, pushing through multiplayer objectives and modes that demand quick thinking. The action won't just affect you, but the environment you battle in. Enter Fire Team Dirty Bomb, one of the most unique game loops we've ever imagined. You and your team must search for uranium. Then, deliver that uranium to Dirty Bombs positioned around the map. Deposit uranium and detonate the bomb. Now, avoid radioactive fallout as you navigate a toxic battlefield. Every decision you make impacts your survival rate and your success rate. We can't wait to tell you even more about Fireteam Dirty Bomb and the other Fireteam modes and maps in the weeks ahead as we get closer to our public beta. I guess there's only one thing left to do. Let's play Black Ops Cold War.
Hombre, un poco de gameplay. Uf, es que cuando se ponen a hablar un montón... Me aburre. ¿Otra vez el tráiler? Están poniendo el tráiler de nuevo.
Amenaza neutralizada.
Estáis aquí porque sois las mejores fuerzas especiales de la OTAN.
Sois lo único que impide que el mundo se convierta en cenizas, camaradas.
Trabajamos en la clandestinidad.
Operamos en la sombra.
Para mantener a los lobos a raya.
Hoy vamos a cambiar el mundo.
¿Qué estamos haciendo en Miami?
Dejad que vengan.
¡Vamos, vamos!
Es hora de fichar.
Asegurad el submarino.
Yo me ocupo.
¡Adelante! ¡Avanzad! ¡Ataque inminente!
¡Maniobras evasivas!
¡Ah, mierda!
Convoy soviético inhabilitado.
Yo conduzco.
¡Seguid presionando! ¡Hey! ¡Aquí!
Reserva una copia digital y obtén acceso anticipado a la beta abierta y acceso inmediato al paquete de operador de Boots en Modern Warfare, incluyendo Warzone.
Bueno, sin zombies. Vale. Vale, pues esto es todo, ¿no, amigos? Espérate. Que enseñen más. Pensaba que iban a enseñar más gameplay, pero creo que... Bueno, yo bajo un poco volumen a esto. Recapitulemos. Nada, en principio parece ser que hay como 4 mapas nuevos. Y en estos mapas pues ofrecen una variedad de las mecánicas habituales. Y nada, a ver qué tal. Ah, mira, sí que continúa esto.
Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War Worldwide Multiplayer Reveal. The Depths and Prayer just gave us our first look into the details around the next generation of global combat for Cold War multiplayer. So thank you, team.
We are pumped to start showcasing all the different deniable operations and signature combat experiences they've been talking about. This right here is where we step into the awesome chaos of multiplayer, and wow, does what they've got on tap this year look good.
We're going live with Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War multiplayer, bringing you action from dozens of top creators and CDL pros from across the planet, from their homes to our studio to you in a way and scale we've never done before. Each one of them is about to deep dive into the game, and we'll be jumping on board with them to get you all the action from their point of view.
Right here is the place where we're giving you the goods. Core 6v6 style Black Ops modes like TDM, Kill Confirmed, and Domination.
And we're about to wreak some havoc in brand new modes like Combined Arms, which just happens to include the vehicle-fueled warfare we gave you a little taste test of earlier. This unprecedented worldwide reveal also means that you're about to get your first good look at the highly competitive VIP Escort mode.
And as a bonus for everyone watching this stream, we'll also talk about how Treyarch is approaching free post-launch content for Black Ops Cold War, as well as how they've optimized multiplayer for PlayStation 5.
This sounds awesome! Are you okay? Are you ready?
Holy shit, yes, I am ready!
Let's do this!
¿Qué les pasa a estos dos?
What's up, guys? I'm Nameless, and I'm here to make sure that you guys don't miss any of the crazy moments that we have throughout the day. We have some of the top streamers from around the entire world itching to play Cold War, and we're going to be kicking it off here very shortly. These guys have been streaming. These are your favorite guys playing, different games that we've had over the years, and playing up some of them on the screen right now. We are going to have some of the guys that I've been loving to play with and watch over the years. Bobby Puff Gaming, Drifter,
venga, ponerlo ya, pesados.
You know these guys from YouTube, from Twitch, from all over the world. One of my favorites being Nick Mertz, Noah J, Sean J Gaming, and also Marksman. I can't wait to watch these guys drop in on Armada. Symphony, Tim the Tatman, hopefully he can stay on the map, and also Try Max. It's going to be an incredible day. We also have many more, as well as some of our CDL pros. They're going to be all participating today. And now let's take a look at what these guys are going to be starting off with. We have 12 versus 12 Combined Arms Domination on Armada. This is the first map ever to be fully on water. But let's kick things off, and I'm going to throw it to Maven and Murph.
Fully on water.
Thank you so much, Nameless. Yes, for the commentary, myself and Big Merc. How you doing, buddy?
I'm just so excited to be here. Obviously, we love revealing these things, and while I cannot wait to jump into the gameplay, the trailers, they just look so darn good.
Yeah, it's like death taxes, and we know we've got a new Call of Duty every year, and I'm excited to get into this. And look at all the new modes, the new vehicles, all the stuff we're going to touch on. Casual player, competitive player. We're going to go through all the cool features this game has. We've obviously had some eyes on with it, seen some of the players playing it, looked at some of the internal stuff, and it's just really cool, like the passion and excitement. Well, you saw from all the devs, everybody's ready to get this game out there for people to play.
Yeah, just so many new things that we're going to be taking a look at, just so many new features. As Nameless was saying, this map entirely on water. There's vehicles you can take around the map. You can play on the boats. There's going to be 5 different zones. It's first to 400. And, well, there's just so many different ways to play the map.
All right, so kicking it off with Noah J, the Easter egg man himself. He has been popping off lately. It's awesome to see his success, and obviously a very talented Call of Duty player in his own right. We'll see if he can hit with a sniper. Just taking a look at our good buddy Mud Dog's in there, Jericho. You've got a full laundry list of just popular streamers going off as Noah J hitting shots.
And just right away, you look at this map, you look at this gameplay, and doesn't it just look like Treyarch? The color palette pops out. You have so many different attachments that we're going to be going with. You see the kill feed. You have the traditional Black Ops mini map. Man, I just love Treyarch.
No, yeah, I love the mini-map. So the first things we noticed when you took a look at the new title coming out this year, but Noah, as you'll see in pubs more often than not, he's set up in a power position, snipe in hand, just looking to drop numbers. But yeah, I mean, he's been around for so long, comfortable with every dev, every title, as he's experienced everything Call of Duty has to offer. But yeah, it's what Nameless was saying. Just this is the first map that's completely on water. You already see score streaks coming in. I believe that was a attack chopper in, as he is just dominating the other team, but still a tight race in the score department.
Yeah, I mean, his first clip when he first tweeted out, I was watching as you guys were introing it. We're going through the devs, and he goes, "Sniping is back." Noah's so excited. You see the zip line coming through from ship to ship. It just looks so smooth. Chaos in the air, the attack choppers going down, and his team with a slight little lead.
Well, let's see if he can keep it rolling. It's been one heck of a life for him. You know how much he loves to operate with that sniper in hand. He's got the shotgun for close range. A reminder, this is combined arms domination, 12v12. And we're going to be showing a wide range of stuff today, right? We're going to have some 6v6, 12v12, showing different maps, from your 3-lane maps to your more open kind of sandbox maps as well. There's something for every player in this title, and we'll progress through that over the course of the next 2 hours or so. But just exciting to see the new twists on gameplay that Treyarch have to provide. Obviously, we love working with them, and the gameplay they've come up with throughout their cycles has just been insane.
Yeah, and something to notice today when we're going through domination, something that's a little bit new compared to past Call of Duty titles. It's not just one flag. It's more of an area that you're really going to be capturing. It's going to create more of I think, a combat dynamic around those zones, right? So, you can play in different areas. You can capture it from different spots. But here as well, sounds like we're hopping on board with Swag. We're going to be jumping from lobby to lobby. We got a lot of different creators as they get started.
Yeah, I was going to say, Priesta looks a little bit different right
Swag.
now. This is Swag. We've been watching him a lot on Warzone. We know what a monster he can be. But over to Jericho, one of my favorite streamers to watch. He gets in some of these big tournaments he'll play on Warzone in various modes. And Jericho, maybe not the most talented player in the entire world. But you know what? He's handsome. He's one of the most entertaining streamers in the world. And I love him. I love Jericho to death. Guy's a beast.
He loves to have fun, and that's what's important. He's trying to show off the zip lines a little bit. You can hear him talking a little bit. I mean, they've had some experiences. Well, this is Sky's one of the CDL pros. He was an MVP candidate for us, but here you go. You see him taking a boat, trying to capture this A zone, and swimming. Well, when was the last time you saw swimming? What, Black Ops 3?
Oye, yo por mí... Espérate.
His team, I think, doesn't have a single cap as of now. But remember, we're going to be hopping through a variety of matchups, right? There's a lot of players playing this, a lot of different streamers. If you're wondering why the score looks a little bit different, we're just hopping through a ton of different POVs and showing you guys how stuff is breaking down throughout the course of the day. As we go right over to Marksman, and he's in a boat.
Yo qué sé. No me interesa ya mucho. Lo estamos viendo. Es bastante obvio lo que pasa. Le dice capturar bandera o zona, como lo queráis llamar.
I'm not a father, but I am also bald, and I know it makes life a little bit more difficult. But Tim, there is love out there for bald men like us, and you're an absolute beast. But yeah, are you surprised to see Swag with an MP5 in hand? Looks to be very natural.
Yeah, getting aggressive, right? You watch him play Warzone, he gets busy. Tim, on the other hand, you see the movement coming in. A lot of these guys, they're used to Modern Warfare. It's going to take them some time to get used to the movement throughout the maps, and nice shots by Tim. He's rocking that assault rifle.
Gente, está claro. Mapas nuevos, modos de juego así modificados para adaptarlos a estos mapas. Parecen interesantes. Nada. Aparte de eso, nada más. O sea, ¿vale? Habrá que ver la campaña de un jugador, a ver qué tal. Un jugador cooperativo, y nada, lo que sé. Creo que le voy a echar yo una partida a Warzone ahora. Y de hecho vamos a probarlo. Vale, yo corto este... Bueno, lo quito, ¿vale? A mí ya me ha dejado de interesar, así que... Bueno, yo qué sé. Es que es un poco coñazo ha sido esto, ¿eh? Vale, y ahora pues vamos a echarle una partida a Warzone, a ver qué tal. Y así lo ajusto para el stream, porque me baja un poco los FPS con el juego. Vamos a ver qué me... Lo tengo por aquí, web, game. Vamos a ver. Captura de juego. A ver, que se me vea. Ah, pero el gameplay tengo uno ya ahí abajo, da igual. Game Capture, ahí estamos. Pero yo no quiero Game Capture. O sí que lo quiero. A ver. Ah, vale. No me acuerdo cómo lo dejó el otro, pero bueno. Más o menos. A ver. Esto debería estar aquí. Aquí. Vamos a hacer un pelín más pequeño esto. Un pelín. Un pelín. Ahí. Que yo no moleste tanto. Que haya espacio aquí abajo. Vale, lo dejamos así. Para que lo veáis vosotros. Pero no oís nada, ¿verdad? Porque no se escucha. Se supone que es. A mí se me oye, pero el juego no. No entiendo por qué. Ah, espérate. Vale, empieza a fallarme ya la transmisión, ¿eh? Parece ser que no, que esto no aguanta. No aguanta esto. Bueno, vamos a modificar algo del juego, a ver qué pasa. Opciones. Vale, porque el uso de VRAM se supone que me he sobrepasado. Vale. Vamos a rebajarlo y... Es que está ya 75, tío. Madre mía. Vamos a bajar lo que es... partículas. Calidad del stream. Bueno, pues esto ha hecho que... Joder, cualquier cosa. Ahora se ha quedado ahí. ¿Qué pasa? Vale. Bueno, parece que así y a picar. Parece que así pues aguanta esto. Lo que pasa es que no sé por qué no hay sonido, tío. Me está rayando. A ver, opción sonido. Altavoces y auriculares. Metal digital. No sé. Pues no tengo ni idea porque no se escucha. Pero... Y debería, ¿no? No sé. No está. Game Capture. Vamos a ver. ¿Qué nos dice? El precursor. No. Ahí. Capturar capas, aplicaciones con transparencia automático. Normal, recomendado. Pues no sé, ¿por qué no se escucha? No tengo ni idea. A ver. No, estoy viendo que no. Estoy viendo que no se oye. Qué desastre. Pues nada, oye, pues lo dejo aquí. Voy a cortar el directo y ya intentaré averiguar por qué no se escucha. Y nada, ya para la próxima. El evento, bueno, tío, lo han querido rellenar con chorraditas y nada, que no sé. Los eventos los hacen mega aburridos, tío. No entiendo. Así que nada, yo lo dejo por aquí y ya pues a ver si pues, me animo a hacer más directos y a ver qué tal. ¿Vale? Saludos. Adiós.